Hello students. So now we are going to start with the session 7. Okay, we have already completed session 6 of your unit 2. Now we are going to start with session 7 of unit 2 web applications, and the name of the session is online transactions. Okay, here we will, in this session we will be studying about the different online transactions, the different platforms where you can transact online. Okay, so in short, what is the main term which is used in online transaction? It is e-commerce. Okay, e-commerce is the basis of all the online transactions. Okay, what does e-commerce stands for? E-commerce stands for electronic commerce. Okay, electronic commerce means commerce or business which takes place with the place of with the help of electronic or digital means. Okay, the business, the buying and selling of goods and services which occurs with the help of using the services of digital mediums, electronic mediums, is known as the electronic commerce. Okay, so e-commerce is the method of buying or selling goods and services over the internet through a website electronically. Okay, so this is the main definition of e-commerce. Today, electronic commerce is one of the most popular ways for consumers to buy goods and services. Okay, I think all of you must have read as well as heard about e-commerce. Okay, various websites we are all of are using for purchasing goods online. We order goods online. Okay, many different examples are like Flipkart, Amazon. So these are the two most popular online websites through which we can order many goods. Okay, apart from them, Myntra.com and the Shopclues and other these are many other also shopping websites, electronic e-commerce websites which offer you the facility to order for goods, to purchase goods through online medium. Okay, so e-commerce is often used to refer to the sale of physical products online, but it can also describe any kind of commercial transaction that is facilitated through the internet. Okay, so not just physical products you can purchase, you can also do any kind of commercial transaction that is facilitated through the internet. Okay, all kinds of commercial transactions are included in e-commerce. Okay, e-commerce facilitates the transfer of money and data to execute these transactions. Okay, what is facilitated by e-commerce? E-commerce facilitates the transfer of money and data to execute these transactions. Okay, like for example, when you buy something online, we are given with three or four options. Okay, one option is of cash on delivery. Okay, cash on delivery means when the delivery boy or the delivery man will come to your doorstep, then you can pay him in cash and then you can receive the goods. This is known as cash on delivery. But this is not actually the basics of e-commerce. E-commerce, see, this is also e-commerce, but what is there is no electronic transfer of money going on in cash on delivery. So cash on delivery does not involve any digital transaction. Okay, but what happens if you choose other payment methods, like if you want to pay from your credit card or from a net banking or from a debit card or from any of the e-wallets, then what happens, all these are different examples of digital payment modes. Okay, even through Bheem UPI you can pay. Okay, so all this transfer of money and data is facilitated by e-commerce. Okay, whereas e-business refers to all aspects of operating an online business, e-commerce refers specifically to the transaction of goods and services. So e-business means what? All aspects of operating an online business. Okay, so not only financial but non-financial aspects are also covered by e-business. Okay, but e-commerce refers to specifically to the transaction of goods and services. Transaction means what? Buying and selling, receiving and providing. Okay, and examples of e-commerce, some well-known examples you can see in this list. Okay, e-commerce can take on a variety of forms involving different transactional relationships between businesses and consumers, as well as different objects being exchanged as part of these transactions. Okay, there could be various types of transactional relationships between the businesses and consumers. Okay, and depending on them, e-commerce can also take a variety of forms. Okay, and you can also have different objects being exchanged as a part of these transactions, so it doesn't always involve money. Okay, you can also have the transaction, the exchange of different type of objects also. Okay, as a part of these transactions. Okay, so now the first type is retail. Okay, the sale of a product by a business is directly available to a customer without any intermediary. Intermediary means what? Like if you want to sell something, if you want to sell a product, you have a business, you want to sell a product, so your product will be directly available to the customer without any intermediary. Intermediary means what? Without any person in between. Okay, now what happens if you are the business owner and you want to sell your product? So your product is going from you to your customer directly. This is example of retail. Okay, now wholesale means what? The sale of products in bulk, often to a retailer that then sells them directly to consumers. So what happens in the case of wholesalers? Wholesalers are actually, they transact in bulk. Okay, they will procure or they will purchase the quantity or items in bulk from the producers or the businessmen. Okay, like if you are the businessman, you will sell your quantities in bulk, okay, to the wholesaler. Okay, wholesaler is a person who will buy, who will purchase, and who will keep a stock of these quantities in bulk, means in good quantity, in big quantity. Okay, and then what will the wholesaler do? Wholesaler will then sell them directly to or sell them to a retailer, who will then directly sell to them to the consumers. So in this way, if you are transacting through a wholesaler, then what will happen? You will first sell your goods to a wholesaler. Okay, wholesaler is a type of an intermediary here. Okay, wholesaler is a type of intermediary. He will purchase the goods from the businessmen, from the business houses, for the manufacturers, and then he will sell those goods to the retailer. So retailer is the person who will directly sell the goods to the consumer. Okay, who's in direct contact with the consumer. So now in this case, you are not directly selling your goods to the retailer, but you are selling them through wholesalers. Okay, now drop shipping, it is another type of e-commerce where the sale of a product which is manufactured and shipped to the consumer by a third party, like e-commerce merchants, like all the different e-commerce websites which you have seen, like Amazon, Flipkart. These are the examples of drop shipping. Drop shipping means what? Like if they are all the companies which are offering their products on these sites, they are selling their products online. Okay, that's the product which has been manufactured by them, it will be shipped to the consumer. After the consumer, how will the consumer buy? The consumer sees the items on the website, and it orders the items on the website. Okay, and after he or she agrees to pay the money, or he does the payment also. If he wants to pay by digital means, then he will pay the payment before getting the quantity also. He can pay it beforehand in advance. So after he pays, or he agrees to pay it by cash on delivery, then what will happen? Those products will be shipped to the consumer by a third party, like e-commerce merchants. Okay, what were these commerce merchants are examples like Amazon and Flipkart. These are the e-commerce merchants who will ship your product to the consumer. Okay, so these are acting like a third party. Okay, third party, why? Because you are the manufacturer is the first party and the consumer is the second party. Third party is the involvement of these e-commerce merchants like Amazon and Flipkart. Okay, now crowdfunding. Crowdfunding is what? The collection of money from consumers in advance of a product being available in order to raise the startup capital necessary to bring it to market. So crowdfunding means what? You haven't started manufacturing any product, but what happens is in some cases the companies which are not having the capital to produce that product on a big scale, what they will do, in order to organize the capital, in order to raise the capital, to raise money for their venture, what they will do, they will try to raise money. They will try to raise the startup capital from the people itself. Okay, the collection of money from consumers in advance. What happens? They will advertise about their upcoming product. They will tell that now after so many months or so many days we are going to manufacture and launch this product in the market, but for that we need money. You have to provide us with the money. Okay, so what will the consumers do? Those who are desirous of buying the product, those who are desirous of consuming that, what they will do, they will give the money in advance to the company. Okay, they will give the money in advance to the company. They will trust on the company, and they will give their money in advance. Okay, and then what will the company do? The company will use that money collected from the consumers, which the company has collected in advance. The company will use that money, and then that company will then produce the product. Okay, the company will then manufacture the product, and then after it is manufactured, it will be made available to the consumers, those who have paid the money in advance. Okay, so this is known as crowdfunding. Okay, so it means that in the collection of money is done from the consumers in advance of a product being available. So product is not available, but to make it available in the market, people are paying money to the companies. Okay, in order to raise the startup capital necessary to bring it to the market. Then physical products, any tangible good that requires inventory to be replaced and orders to be physically shipped to customers as sales are made. So any tangible means which you can touch, which you can see. Any tangible good or physical product that requires inventory to be replaced. Inventory means what? The store. You can say the inventory is the storehouse of products. Okay, every merchant, every shopkeeper maintains an inventory. So inventory is the store of products. Okay, so every physical product that needs to be replaced, that needs to be the quantity or the of items which needs to be replaced, which needs to be brought in every time once it is sold off, that is known as the physical product. Okay, any tangible good that requires inventory to be replaced. Inventory replacement means what? After the stock has finished, after the goods have been sold, you have to again replace them with new goods. Okay, and orders to be physically shipped to customers as sales are made. So as a product is being sold, you are shipping, you are physically shipping, you are physically sending the product to your customers. This is known as the physical product sale or the physical product type of e-commerce. Okay, now digital products provides a huge platform for downloadable digital goods like ebooks, templates, and online courses. So this actually digital products means for those products which are not tangible. Tangible are those things which you can touch and feel. Okay, but like there are many services, there are many products also, like software services, like software products. Okay, like templates, like digital ebooks. All these are different digital products which you can only use on the digital medium. You can only see them, you can only study them, you can make use of them only on the digital platform, like on a computer system. Okay, but you can't see them, you can't feel them in your home. Okay, you can't just touch them like physical goods, because they don't have physical existence, they have digital existence. So these are the digital products. Okay, the digital products, selling of e-commerce of digital products is also a type of e-commerce. So it provides a huge platform for downloadable digital goods. See, like for example, if you want to download a software, you will download it from the website itself. You will not go to the general store market or the physical goods market to purchase that, because that is available online only. Okay, so digital goods like ebooks, templates, and online courses, even online courses which we study, the education is also a type of service only. It is also a type of digital goods. Okay, or media, or any type of media. It could be some video, it could be some audio. All these are different types of digital products that must be purchased for consumption or licensed for use. So you can also you can also purchase them for consumption also. You can also buy them, or you can also pay some license fee for using them for a specified period of time. Like you can, if you are purchasing the software, then you can purchase a license for that. Using the license, you can use them for a specific period of time. After that, again you have to renew the license. Okay, then services, a skill or set of skills provided in exchange for compensation. Okay, services are what? It's like for example, I'm a teacher, I am teaching you all. Okay, so it is another thing that I am teaching you for the school. But what happens, many other teachers are also available. What they will do, if like for example, if you are hiring a private tutor or an online tutor, when what will the online tutor do? He or she will charge for his services. Okay, his what is the set of skills? His set of skills is the teaching skills which he is having. His set of skills is the knowledge which he is having, which he is able to impart it to you. Okay, which he is having the skills to impart his knowledge to you all. Okay, so but he is charging for these services. So this is also a type of e-commerce. Okay, so what is services? A skill or set of skills provided in exchange for compensation. What is the compensation? The fee which you are giving to your online tutor, that is the type of compensation. Okay, the service provider's time can be purchased for a fee. Okay, the service, whatever time he or the online tutor or the your private tutor is giving to you, he or she is charging some fee for that. Okay, so these are different types of services which also come under e-commerce. Okay, then e-shopping. What is e-shopping? E-shopping is also called online shopping. Online shopping is a form of electronic commerce which allows consumers to directly buy goods or services from a seller over the internet using a web browser. So using a web browser, what you can do, you can directly, it allows consumers to directly buy goods or services from a seller over the internet by using a web browser. Okay, like this, all the different websites which you are using, like Flipkart, Amazon, Shopcluse, all these are different examples of e-shopping only. Okay, the purchase occurs using credit card, debit card, online payment system, or cash on delivery also. The most retail stores also have a website that allows their customers to buy from them online and either ship the items to their home or pick up at a nearby store location. So even now, not only very big websites like Amazon and Flipkart, now even small or the medium-sized retail stores also are having a website. Okay, they also have a website using which what you can do, your customers, the customers can buy from them online, the customers can order for the goods online, and what will they do? Either they will ship the items to the home, they will do the home delivery of the items, or what they can do, or the customers can pick the customers can go and pick the items which they have purchased from a nearby store location. Okay, so if the home delivery is not possible, if it is not possible for the retailers, for the retail stores to ship the products directly to the customer, then what they will do, they will facilitate the customers to reach to go to any nearby store location, and then from there they can pick up the goods. Okay. Now Walmart, Best Buy, Sears and other retail businesses offer this type of shopping experience. Okay, there are many of the types of retail store chains like Walmart. All of you must have heard about this. Walmart is there. Okay, Best Buy, Sears and other retail businesses offer this type of shopping experience. Okay. Now, there are a number of companies that sell products only through their websites and do not have a retail store. Okay, like Amazon, Flipkart, these are those companies that sell products only through their websites. Okay, and they do not have a retail store. Okay, like eBay doesn't have a retail store, Flipkart doesn't have, Myntra doesn't have, Snapdeal does not have, Home Shop 18 and Yebi.com, Jabong.com, or all these are different examples of e-shopping companies which sell only through their websites and they do not own a web store. Okay, so we will stop for here. So now the next topic will be advantages of shopping online. Okay, this we will start in the next video. I hope all of you must have understood and liked this video. Up till then, thank you.